everyone, I'm Jess, Systems Designer here at ESG. Today we're going to go over a training on Mitel's new 6900 series phones. First, I'll give you a general overview of the phones themselves, then we will learn how to hot desk into our phones, and then we will dive into the features and functions of your new Mitel 6900 series phones. Let's get started. On the left side of your phones here, you have your receiver. Underneath the receiver, you have your speakerphone. Moving to the center of the phone, you have your HD interactive display. On the 6920s and the 6930s, your programmable keys are along the sides of your screen. On the 6940, your programmable keys are on your touchscreen display. On the 6920s and the 6930s, your soft keys are just below the screen. On the 20s, you have 4 soft keys. On the 30s, you have 5 soft keys. And then on the 40s, you have 6 soft keys on your touchscreen display. These are the keys that are going to change as you are live on a call or diving into the menus, giving you more features and functions to choose from. At the very top corner on your right-hand side of the phone, you have your status indicator light. This is going to flash at you while you are receiving a call, as well as when you have an unread voicemail. On the right-hand side of your screens on the 20s and 30s, you have your silver navigation menu. This is going to help you move up and down and make selections while in a menu. On the 6940s, everything is touchscreen. Moving down underneath the display, we have our dial pad. And then on either side of the dial pad, we have our fixed function keys. Starting on the left-hand side, the first button you see here, this is your contacts button. This is going to have your personal and corporate contacts. Personal contacts are contacts that you can load in yourself, such as a spouse's cell phone number, your child's school number. Your corporate directory is going to be searchable by last name. Underneath the contacts button, you have your call history button. When you hit this, it's going to display your missed, outgoing, and received calls. Underneath call history, you have your voicemail button. This is what you will use to check your personal voicemail box, as well as use this as a direct transfer to somebody else's voicemail while live on a call. And I'll show you how to do that here in a little bit. Underneath the voicemail key, you have a sprocket. This is your settings key. There are a lot of features within this key. The 3 main points that you'll probably use the most are call forwarding. You can set up a profile to forward to your cell phone or your home phone. Audio, where you can customize your ringtones for internal callers and external callers. And the display function as well, where you can change your brightness and contrast on your screen. Underneath the settings key, you have your volume keys. This is going to adjust the volume while you are live on a call on your receiver, while on speakerphone, as well as when you are receiving a call and your phone is ringing. Prior to answering that, you can adjust the volume of the ringer using your volume keys before answering it. Moving to the right-hand side, the first key at the top here, this is your red hang-up key. Underneath the red hang-up key, you have your redial button. If you hit the redial button once, it will take you to your outgoing call history menu, and then you can just use your navigation arrows here to pick the call that you wish to dial. If you hit the redial button twice, it'll automatically redial the last external call that you made. Underneath the redial button, the pause button here, this is your hold button. If you need to step away from your phone while live on a call or dig into your desk for some paperwork, you can put that caller on hold, and then you will find your blinking line key on your display to bring that caller live back to you. The microphone with the slash through it, that is your mute button. If you are on speakerphone and you hit your mute button, it's going to light up red. That shows that you are muted. The callers cannot hear you. To become live on that call again, hit the mute button, it distinguishes, and now they can hear you while on the call. And of course, the last button here on the bottom, that is your speakerphone button as well as your headset button. The next section we'll go into is learning how to hot desk into our phones. Looking at the display on your phones, you will see a soft key that says Hot Desk. You will hit that. It's going to say no user logged in. Find the soft key that says log in. And then you will enter in your extension. You'll see the soft key that says enter, and it's going to ask for your PIN. Your first time PIN when you hot desk into your phone is 1234. Then when you update your voicemail and you change that PIN, your voicemail PIN now becomes your hot desking PIN. Once you enter your PIN, hit enter. It'll say logging in, and you will see your display change, now displaying new keys, your extension, and other features and functions which we will dive into next. First, let's discuss some important dialing information. Dialing 911, we have two ways to do that. You can dial 911 or 911. Both are going to connect you to the emergency response line, but dialing just 911 is going to give you about a 3 to 4 second buffer just in case you accidentally hit that extra one when trying to make an external call. Now let's dive into making and receiving calls on your new Mitel set. On your display, you will see that you have a button that says My Phone and Second Line. These are two lines that are dedicated just to your extension for making and receiving calls on. And now I will show you an easy way to toggle back and forth between two active calls. When you receive a call, you will see both of your line keys are flashing. When you answer, your call will go live onto your My Phone key, leaving your second line open for another caller. While you are still active on your first call and you receive a second call, you're going to hear that short burst of a ringtone as to not bother you, but still giving you the caller ID and letting you know that you are receiving another call. To take this call, all you have to do is hit the blinking line key. That will automatically put your first caller on hold, and you are now live with your second caller. As soon as you are done having your discussion with your second caller and your second caller hangs up and you wish to get back to your first caller, you just find your blinking line key, hit that button, and you are now live again with your first caller. And that is how you'll toggle back and forth between two calls on your My Phone line and your second line. Next, let's talk about transferring and conferencing in calls. There are two ways that you can transfer calls on your Mitel phones: supervised transfers and unsupervised transfers. A supervised transfer is when you take an active caller, transfer it to the recipient, and prior to transferring that caller to the recipient, you're going to consult the recipient about that call, giving them further information about the call, making sure that they are available, things of that nature. An unsupervised transfer is when you have an active caller and you transfer them to the recipient and just hang up, not consulting that call with the recipient beforehand. Let's first start with a supervised transfer. When you receive a call, you're going to see a soft key that says transfer. You are going to hit that button, and then you're going to dial the extension of the person that they wish to talk to. Once your recipient answers, you're going to consult with your recipient about your caller, giving them further information about the call. Once they say that they can take the call, to complete the transfer, you find the soft key again that says transfer, select that. You are now off of the transfer and you have connected your caller and the recipient so they can have their discussion. And that is how you complete a transfer, a supervised transfer. If you are in a situation during a supervised transfer where your recipient is not available or not answering, let's talk about how we get that caller back live onto the phone with us. We are live with our caller. We're going to transfer to our recipient. And we are noticing that our recipient is not answering their phone. And we don't want to just take that caller into their voicemail. We want to try and continue to help them. You're going to find the soft key that says back to held. That's going to end the transfer and bring you back live to your caller, discussing with them that the recipient is unavailable and to find out a different way to help them. Next, let's talk about an unsupervised transfer. An unsupervised transfer is where we just take a caller and transfer them right to the recipient, whether that recipient is available or not. Once we receive a live call, it's going to work the same way as a supervised transfer. You'll find your soft key that says transfer. And instead of waiting for your recipient to pick up, you just hit the transfer key. The call will still keep going to the recipient, waiting for them to answer, or it'll go straight to their voicemail. And that is how you complete an unsupervised transfer. One final addition to the transferring is transferring directly to someone's voicemail. When you receive a call, and say you know the recipient is not available to take that call, instead of transferring to their phone and having that caller listen to the dialing, you can hit the voicemail key and enter in their extension, and the caller will go directly to the recipient's voicemail box without ever ringing their phone. Next, let's talk about conferencing. You can have up to 8 callers on a conference on your Mitel phones. This can include internal callers as well as external callers. When you receive a call, you're going to see a soft key that says Add User. This is when you enter in the extension of the caller that you wish to join into your conference. Once your recipient says that they can join the conference, you find the soft key that says Join Calls. You hit that. Everybody on the phone is going to hear a beep, letting everybody know that someone is joining the conference. And now you will see on your screen that you are in a 3-party conference. Every time an additional caller gets added to the conference, that ticker will go up until it hits 8, and then the conference call is maxed out for callers. And that is how you complete a conference call on your new Mitel 6900 series set. Next, let's talk about programming our own speed call keys on our phones. You can program a quick dial to a 4-digit extension, or you can program a speed call to an external number. On your display, using your silver navigation key, you'll want to key over until you find a blank space. Once you find a blank space, you are going to press and hold. This will then bring up your programmable key menu. Using your dial pad, you will want to type in the name. You'll use your navigation key to go down to the number. If it's a 4-digit extension, you'll just enter in that 4-digit extension. Otherwise, for an external number, you'll want to use the full dial string. Using your navigation key again, you'll key down. Once you see the soft key save pop up, you're going to select that. And that is how you program a programmable speed call key. That concludes our training today on the new Mitel 6900 series sets. For additional information about your new phone, please refer to your quick reference guide. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.